Next, we have the EPF. So today, the Employees Provident Fund has confirmed that it has written to AirAsia over their feud with the Malaysian Airport Holdings Berhad. The public spat between both companies got the EPF concerned, as it is a major shareholder in both AirAsia and MAHB. So EPF said this during their announcement of their annual dividend returns, where we saw EPF actually clocked about 6.1% for the returns. And during that event, the CEO of EPF, Tunku Ali Zakri alias, who he himself has just been recently appointed as the new CEO of EPF, he has this to say about the spat between AirAsia and MAHB. Take a look.
Right. I mean, just like any investor, we are actually very, very concerned that the spat is actually being brought up to public. You know, it's becoming a very public spat. One of the parties will be meeting up with us very soon, so we are very happy with that to explain the situation. AirAsia has actually responded, and we are awaiting a response from MAHB. So we are looking forward to meeting up with them.
So that was Tunku Ali Zakri alias the CEO of EPF talking about why they need to intervene in this public feud. Because to give a little bit of background, MAHB or Malaysian Airports filed a lawsuit against AirAsia Berhad and AirAsia X Berhad in December last year over outstanding tax collection. Airports claim that MAHB owes them 36 million ringgit. Now, there is a counterclaim by AirAsia against Malaysian Airports, and in its counterclaims against Malaysian Airports, AirAsia is seeking more than 400 million ringgit over losses and damages experienced by that airline, both AirAsia and AirAsia X, due to the alleged operation disruptions at KLIA2. And the conversation, of course, revolves around what kind of complaints are AirAsia making against that airport. Now, if you bother to have a look at the Twitter feed of both Tony Fernandez as well as the head of communications of AirAsia, they both complain constantly about the problems at KLIA2. And while AirAsia has constantly tried to drag this debate to the public, MAHB is actually quite silent about the whole thing. And this has indeed disrupted the whole conversation of who's right and who's wrong. From a public standpoint, it seems that AirAsia does have an upper hand against Malaysian Airports because AirAsia is the only one making the remarks, while Malaysian Airports is pretty silent about it. To a point where even Tony Fernandez argues that Malaysian Airports and its CEO is actually quite silent about the whole business. And I don't know whether who's right or who's wrong in this matter. The question still revolves around what does this mean to consumers? And if you've ever flown AirAsia quite recently or even in the past few months, you would argue that while KLIA2 is a decent airport, the operations of AirAsia within KLIA2 is still left to be desired, including airport delays, flight delays, a bunch of other stuff there. Things that you don't normally have to experience if you fly at KLIA1. And this, at the very essence of it, is the crux of the matter. AirAsia argues that why are you paying PSC or the passenger service charge, which is a form of tax, the same amount that you pay for KLIA2 as you would in KLIA1 when you get a degraded service at KLIA2 while KLIA1 get that optimal service. AirAsia wants to argue that you shouldn't even be charged PSC, but if you have to charge PSC, it shouldn't be any similar or at least lower than KLIA1. That's their argument. Malaysian Airports, through their own corporate com or through their affiliated body, MAVCOM or the Malaysian Aviation Commission, has actually explained why it should be like this, but we don't see how this conversation is being carried forward. Here at Astro Awani, we've been trying to get representatives from Malaysia Airports over to discuss these items, but they have yet to say that they will send a representative to discuss with us on this matter. AirAsia, however, has indeed come on the show, on my colleague's show, Let's Talk with Sharat Kutan. Ben, the CEO of AirAsia X, has discussed at length their point of view. So, if anything, it's the point of view of Malaysian Airports that we need right now. And of course, we also note that in the clip just now from the CEO of EPF, he argued that when they have tried to reach out to both parties, only AirAsia has said that they will discuss with EPF, while EPF is still waiting for Malaysian Airports to respond to them.